Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Children, as you all are aware that we were doing a revision classes and today we are going to start with chapter 8 decimals. Now decimals, first of all you need to understand what do we mean by decimal. Decimal is a point which placed in between two numbers. Means again there is another decimal number, expanded system, its place value chart, each and everything you are going to do it in this chapter. First of all, decimal is a point which is placed between two numbers, and after this point these values or these numbers are going to assign with another place value, and we need to understand first of all what are the place value will be assigned to them. Now you might have seen that decimal point in that rupee also. In rupee we will be putting that point which is denoting paisa. Paisa is what a part of rupee only, but that will be denoting in that fraction form, or that fraction can be converted into that decimal form. So half of a rupee, that is 50 paisa, and which we can write it 0.5 also, 0.50 also. So now a mixed fraction, whenever you will be having a mixed fraction, that mixed fraction is going to represent it in the form of decimal only. So place value, what will be the place value of decimal numbers, that we are going to understand first. After that we will be doing that what is the expanded form, how we are going to write it, that expanded form, that we will look it into. Now for example, if you have been given height of anybody in like centimeters, so simple conversion also, when we were doing that conversion, in that also, like if my height is given 165 centimeter. Now if somebody is going to ask that what will be your height in meter, so I am going to do that conversion. 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. So this 165 centimeter, what it will be, that will be divided by 165 will be divided by 100. So what I am getting here, 1.65. Now the unit will be meter. So what I have done here, now this decimal point is to represent the part of centimeter when we will convert it into meter. So that is a conversion. Decimal help us to represent that any particular thing into the form of other, helping in conversion also, helping in the representation of that number also. So let's see what will be the place value. First of all, what will be the place value of that? So place value chart related to that we will look it into. In decimal, the previous number which we will be having, that is having same values. Like for example, you have been given with 24.562. I am taking only an example, 24.562. If this number is given to you, the previous number, as we were having that place value only, so you are going to make that place value chart. Decimal point, wherever you will be having that decimal point, that place you are going to leave. Now point. Now before that point we will be having ones, tens, hundred, and so on. Ones, tens, 100,000, 10,000, lakh, 10 lakh, crore, 10 crore, and so on. But after decimal we will be having tenths, TENTHS, which will be denoted with small t. Then hundreds, which will be denoted with small h. So understand this, that thousands, that will be denoted with small t and small h. So how we are going to write it? 4, 2, here 5, tens, hundreds, and the other one, that is your thousands. Thousands, which will be denoted with small t, small h. So this will become 2. Small t, small h. So what will be the place value here? Decimal. Before decimal we have ones, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000, and so on, as we were having earlier in that numbers number system we have done. After decimal we have tens, hundred, thousands. Then we have all these will be starting with small only. Tens, hundred, thousands, 10,000s, TTH, and so on. So here after decimal you will not find it out any ones place. So that places will start with small t only, small t, tens only. So I hope this place value is clear to you all. Now related to that only, now what do we mean by tens? So let us understand what do we mean by tens, or how we can write it in expanded form, or if it has been given in expanded form, how we can symbolize it. Let's see. Now this 24.562. Tens place means what? This will be 20 plus 4. Now tens place means what? That 5 is multiplied by 1 by 10. Since in the decimal form we have 0.5 that only. Now 6 is 100 place. It means 6 will be multiplied by 1 by 100. Then 2 will be multiplied 1 by 1000. How does it work now? If you are going to write it in the form of decimal, so it will become 20 plus 4, 1 decimal place 0.5. What we have done in previous class, that as many zeros we have in the denominator, that many decimal places will be increased in the numerator. So tens means 1 by 10, hundredths means 1 by 100, and thousands means 1 by 1000. So as many 10, 100 or 1000 we will be having in the denominator, that many decimal places will be increased in the numerator. So what it will be? 0.06 plus 0.002. So 3 places 1000. So 3 decimal places will be there. 100. Then 2 decimal places will be there. Ones or tens. So we will be having 1 decimal place. As many zeros will be there in the denominator, those many decimal places will be increased. So let's see one more example related to that only. Now sometime you have been given with this expanded form only, and you will be asked to write that number. So how you are going to do those kind of a question, like express or write each of the following as decimals. Sometime you have been given in words and then you need to write it. First we will see that how we are going to write it in decimal form, and then we will be understand that how we will be writing it into words. Now when if you are writing in words, there is nothing difficult in that, as we were speaking in the same way we need to write it. So that also we will understand just now. Now write each of the following as decimal. Write as decimals. So you have been given in expanded form and you need to write it in decimals. So here A part, first, that is 30 plus 6 plus 2, that will be divided by 10. Now what I have told you, that 30 plus 6, that will become 36, and as many zeros were there in the denominator, those many decimal places they have. So this will become 36.2. Easy, simple. And how we can write it in words, understand with this example only. 36 means 36, how can we write it in decimal? So 36.2 also you can write, or 36 and 2 tenths. 36, how we will write it in words? So there are numerous ways to write it in words. Number one, you can write 36 0.2. Generally we were doing in this way only, like as we were speaking the numbers, in that same way we were writing in decimals. Or 36 point or 36 and 2 tenths. So sometime you have been given this also, this form also you must be knowing it, since sometime you have been given with this form only and you need to write it in decimal form, or you need to write it in expanded form. Sometime you have been given in words and then you have been asked to write it into decimal form as well as in expanded form. So you must be knowing how to write it in the simple way. As we were speaking 36.2, in that same way we were writing 36.2, 36 and 2 tenths. Let's take one more example here. One more example we are going to take it, write it as decimal, as well as that only we will understand how to write it in words. Let's start with another example. Now 600 plus 8 by 10 plus 4 by 100. So what is given here? Now here 600 plus 2. So before decimal also one place is not there, that is tens. Tens place is not there once, and then 100 we have. So this will become 602. The place which we do not have, on that place we are going to put that 0. Then 0.8 tenths and 4 hundredths. Tenths and hundredths. Now how we are supposed to write it into place value, how we will write it in words. So for first way, 602.84. Fine. 84. We are not going to write it 84. Fine. Another way to write it the same is, one way is 602.84. This is one of the way to write it, 84. Another way to write it, that is 602 and 84 hundredths. So the bigger place value, that only we are going to take it, 84, 8 tenths and 4 hundredths, that we are not going to write it. The bigger place value, whichever we will be having, whether it is hundredths or thousand or whichever we will be having. So that only we are going to take it, 84 hundredths. 84 hundredths. So I hope that is clear to you all how to write it in that particularly. Now what you will be finding in your exercise 1, how to represent the given decimal number in expanded form by using place value chart. Again you need to require to represent the given number on number line. So the whole number and then further the part of them, that we are going to look it into, and then you can represent. For example, if you have been given with now representation of decimal number on number line. Let's understand. Okay. Now representation of a decimal number on number line. Representation on number line. Representation on number line. So what happened? How we are going to represent it on number line? Number 1. Okay. So if we have this number line and we have that further number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and so on. If we will be given a number 3.2, if we have been given with a number 3.2, it means 3.2 is lies lies between 3 and 4. 3 and 4, it will be lies between 3 and 4. It means between 3 and 4 you must be having 10 points. Now in decimal number you will be having, like in fraction we will look it into denominator, and that many part we will be doing in that number line. But here in decimal number we will be having 10 scale between 2 points. So between 3 and 4 we have 10 points. So 3.1, 3.2, 3.1 and 3.2. The second point will be 3.2. The only thing you need to take care that whichever number you have been given with, like 5.1, 5.8, 5.9, whichever number you have been given with, in which between which two numbers that number is going to come. If that number is going to come between like 2 and 3, 2.8, which lies between 2 and 3, then you just count that number line which we are going to use for this decimal, that is same as of your scale which is you are using in your geometry. That same scale we will be using here to represent it. Fine. So tens, hundredths you can represent it. Now let's take some example, like another example of this number line we can take it here. Instead of 3.2, if you have been given it, instead of 3.2, if you have been given with 6.5. So 6.5 lies between which two numbers? 6 and 7. Means after 6 we are going to count 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the middle line will become 6.5. Here you can represent that 6.5. Easy. The same scale which you are using in your geometry box, just like that you need to make the number line and then represent that number. Then place value which we have done, tens, hundred and thousands, that also you remember. The place value, tens small t, hundredths small h, thousands that is small t small h. Now what we have that how to express in centimeter if you have been given in millimeters. So conversion, if you have been given in millimeter and you need to represent it in centimeter, you all are aware that in 1 centimeter we have 10 millimeter. So whatever millimeter have been given to you, that will be divided by 10. So once it will be divided by 10, then the answer, the decimal answer which you will be getting, that is in centimeter only. So simple conversion, that is that you will be doing in here when you are doing this millimeter and centimeter also, and that same you are going to do it in that meter also when we were doing conversion among centimeter and meter. In 1 meter we have 100 centimeter, the same kind of a conversion we will be doing. So if conversion also is an important part of this decimal, all the answers you will be getting in decimal as you have done earlier also, this conversion part. Like if you have been given with 116 millimeter. So we all are aware that in 1 centimeter we have 10 millimeter. 10 points are there in your scale. So 116 millimeter, that will be equal to, what you are going to do it? 116 will be divided by 10. Then put the decimal here and the answer which you will be getting in centimeter. I hope this question is clear to you all, how to do that is simple conversion which you were doing in earlier chapters also, in measurement also you have done. Similarly, we'll find it out hundredths also. And sometime you have been asked that write a fraction in decimals. So some part of this chapter that we are going to look it into tomorrow, and today we have done an introduction or short introduction. Related to that you can do questions from your book, you can revise this chapter, and then whatever doubt you will be having, that doubt you can ask from in the online class. So today I'll be finishing the class here. That's all for today, children. Have a good day.